posted.
Oh, no way.
What?
What?
Stephen P. New liked my fucking posting on Twitter, I think.
Who?
Stephen P. New, the lawyer. He's like a big
Lawyer.
he's like CM Punk's lawyer and like a bunch of other wrestlers.
Oh
Oh
shit.
shit!
Yeah. Cause when Solo, yeah, he did. He liked my post. He's like a bunch of wrestlers, lawyers. When Solo Sikoa was getting handcuffed, I was
Getting
like,
arrested.
yeah, Solo needs to call Stephen P. New. Shout out to Stephen P. New. All right,
Damn.
that's hella
Hey,
funny.
by the way,
Yeah.
hey, I'm watching the TikTok stream right now.
Uh huh.
Toxic's not in one of the boxes.
Oh, let me add him. Thank you. There we go.
Why am I not in the box?
How do we sound, Blood?
We sound good.
All right.
Andy got added onto the box. I see him.
Yeah, I just added him right now. That's hella funny. All right, y'all. Well, y'all ready to get this thing going or what?
All right, let's do this.
All right, let me see. Let me get this thing going. All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Snug Wrestling Podcast with me. My name is Edgar. I'm the host. And also with the Snug crew, Mr. Blood, Tommy Toxic. We're all here. We're all here ready to go over this Friday Night SmackDown. Lovely episode of Friday Night SmackDown. Short, sweet, 2 hours, to the point. How was your break, Mr. Blood?
It was good spending some time with the wife more often because I spend so much time in this office not doing that. So took some time off this week on the wrestling stuff, and my wife and I are currently going through my first rewatch and her first ever watch through of Stranger Things as we get ready for the final season to launch in November. So been a good time, been fun. We got 3 episodes out of the way just before this. So
Right on. What about you, Tox? How you doing, man?
Better. It's still rough, but I'm going through it.
Well, I'm glad you're here with us, man. And after we talk about this Friday Night SmackDown, hopefully that'll lighten up your spirits a little bit because that's what we're here for. What's good with you, Tommy boy?
And nothing much, really. Like, this was a very good episode of SmackDown.
Oh,
Good.
yes.
Like, almost better than usual, I would say, honestly.
Oh, yes, it was. This is the first time that I watched SmackDown, a 2 hour SmackDown, because I think it was last week. It was, or a couple of weeks ago, 4th of July weekend. I didn't get to watch it, but this was really, really good. Just, let's just fucking jump right into this, man. It started off with the car crash scene outside of the arena, and it involves Solo Sikoa and the MFTs. Such a weird name. It's like it sounds like the NFT thing that people were trying to sell and shit like that. But the MFTs were involved in a car accident, and who was it? Tamatanga or Tongaloa? Which one is it?
Tonga.
Tamatanga was bleeding from his eye.
No,
And-
Tonga.
Tongaloa.
Tonga.
Oh, Tongaloa. My bad.
Thomas
Tongaloa.
the yeah
Ah,
guy.
gotcha,
That's
gotcha.
Tama.
Snug, you're not the only one that mixes them up. That's why in our chat I just said the Tongan, because I always fucking mix up the two.
Shout out to J Bark
Thank you.
540. You know wrestling isn't real, right? It's just acting. What?
No shit.
What?
Gee, here I was thinking this whole time in my 31 years of life.
Oh
me,
my
the
god.
former professional wrestler, had no idea it was scripted. You know. I mean, are you telling me that TV and movies are all a lie?
My mind has been officially blown. Thank you so much.
Like,
Thank you
know
so
what's
much,
funny?
J
You know-
Bark.
If you're
you know
over
what's
here
funny?
saying that wrestling is fake, you know that, right? Do you really think that something like Spider-Man is real?
Like, you know what I love about those types of comments? When I fucking hear them, and I the first thing I think is, I bet you that's the same motherfucker that thinks the news is real. When that
Yeah.
shit is about as fake as any fiction can get.
Yeah. Shout out to Jay Bark. Thank you for a comment. Nah, man. We're well aware that it's predetermined scripted entertainment. But you know, we love this shit, man. This is what we loved as kids. This is our like, you know, our Pokemon cards, our action figures, our, you know, our childhood. So we like to embrace it, man. And if you're not into it, then it's all good, man. But we're here for it, and it's a lovely thing. But
Yeah, then why are you commenting?
yeah. As soon
If it's not for you, keep scrolling, buddy. Bye.
Nah, I like the engagement. You know, he said while I was answering his question, he asked, "Why do you like it?" It's because of all those reasons. We like it for many, many different reasons. And maybe if you want to hang out more, hey, maybe you might get into it too. You know, you can see how we talk about it. You know, how we engage with it, how we consume it, and maybe one day you might try it out. Who knows? But in the
Why do we
meantime,
like it? For the same reason people like boxing and MMA. It's just
Tommy,
fucking
shush.
entertaining.
yeah, I mean, some people like it for the athleticism, for the storylines, for the characters. You know, for some people's nostalgia. It can be many, many different reasons. Whatever, or even like the reality of it, what happens back behind the scenes. A lot of people like it for that too. So it can literally be anything. And
it's not even new. A lot of people don't realize professional wrestling is 140 years old. So it's it goes back to the 1860s. So
yeah.
just so you know.
And also, like what Ragnar on the comment, shout out to Ragnar, said, pro wrestling helped me through my depression. So it's just an outlet to escape out of like the reality of like, yeah, of like what's really happening in this shitty ass crazy world. So, Jay Bark, this is the last comment that I'm going to read so we can go into this review. Was Tony Khan being in fear of his life scripted too? No, that's like what happens behind the scenes. And that's also part of the show that gets people interested in the product. There's a lot of things that really happen backstage, and that's part of the fun too. That part
Although
wasn't scripted.
Corroborated. It has been corroborated that Tony Khan was full of shit because we saw the security camera footage and Punk was nowhere near him. So Tony Khan's just a little bitch.
So there you have it. But yeah, back to the show, back to SmackDown. It looked like Solo Sikoa and the MFTs were victims of some sort of car accident outside in the parking lot. It looked like chaos. There was a lot of people out there. The police was out there. And that's how this show started off. What were you guys thinking when you guys first saw this?
Now, while we start off, let me preface this by saying, guys, be careful how you talk about this because it does involve vehicles, police, that kind of thing. So be careful how you word it just for TikTok's sake. But as far as it's concerned, I thought it was a very interesting scene. I think I always like when WWE is like, you know what, we're going to buy those cars or rent those cars just to destroy them. And then whoever, I hope they're not getting those from rental agencies to do that. I hope those are like their actual like cars they just have. And they're like, fuck it, we're $1 billion company. We'll just buy 2 more. Or we'll just get the body work done and then have someone drive the cars to the next show kind of thing. But I like that we got to see that Tonga had a little bit of color on him from probably he was driving, I'm assuming. I like that in the background, it looked like B-Fab was back there talking to someone too. I saw a girl with long red dreads. I like that Cody kind of walked and he's like, hey, look, I know some shit's going on here, but I got some stuff that, you know, I gotta handle. You got that thing for me? That thing we talked about? Oh yeah, it's right here. Okay, I'll let you get back to all this. You know, I thought it's a good way to start because it's different. It's different because it's not just someone in the ring coming to cut a promo. It's not just a match starting the show. It's like, oh, whoa, what's going on here? Oh, okay, hey, oh, this is new. This is different. They don't ever start like this. And I think one of the main reasons this show was so good this week is because it's at a 2-hour format. The show doesn't feel stretched and forced to that extra third hour where it feels like that they are getting creatively bankrupt and trying to just fill in slots and spaces. 2 hours has always served SmackDown better than 3. I think everybody can agree, because the most interesting stories are on Raw. So when you're watching a 3-hour SmackDown, it feels like a slog, usually in that middle hour. So I think this was a really fun, unique way to start. They don't ever do stuff like this anymore, except for when Triple H was starting with Raw a year ago and everything was a one-shot take following someone through the whole building, and they haven't been doing that. So this was fresh, and I liked it.
So I wasn't paying attention at the time, and I wasn't able to see this. Literally, as I was starting to watch SmackDown, Damian Priest was coming out, so I missed the first match and this, but I saw the clip on YouTube. I thought it was interesting. It's not just, oh, someone arriving in a vehicle and then just going to the ring and cutting a promo. I'm with Blood. I like how they do these sorts of things, like the bits and pieces before the show that make things like interesting, like, oh, what happened? Like, is this, I don't know, but I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, y'all basically said it. What an attention grabber for this show. That's what this was. Like, usually what they do is, oh, this person has arrived and this person is here. Like, we wouldn't already know that they're there. But this was definitely a different way to grab the attention of the audience. And there you go. This was the perfect way to do it.
All right, let's go to the opening match. But before the match started, there was a backstage segment. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, they're not friends, but yet they're going to team up at SummerSlam. And it was announced that they have a tag team championship match versus Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne. And then we go to the ring where we saw a singles match. Lovely to even be able to say that, because it seems like we've been getting none of those lately. But not only was that really great, but it was Charlotte Flair, Mr. Blood's favorite, and Raquel Rodriguez. And I'm like this match on paper is really fucking good. Raquel Rodriguez is a badass. Charlotte is Charlotte. Let's put these two in the ring and see what happens. And I got really hyped for this. Charlotte Flair got the win over Raquel with the super kick. I'm pretty sure it was one super kick roll up and Charlotte gets the win over Raquel. When's the last time we've seen anyone win with one super kick? But right before that, Alexa Bliss looked like she kind of hit Raquel over the head with the pom-pom. Was that pom-pom made out of steel or something? Because Raquel went down after one super kick. So what do you guys think of the match, and also the fact that we're going to be seeing Charlotte and Alexa Bliss go for the tag team titles?
So two important things to start off with. One, in that backstage segment, I'm pretty sure I saw someone creeping in the background. At first, I thought it was the NXT Women's Tag Champions. But I was like, wait, do they even have a tag team championship division for the women's? Exactly. So I was like, well, who's holding a fucking belt in the background? And I think it was Julia creeping around back there with the United States Championship. But she was talking to someone, but they were in the back of their shot. So I don't know if that's going to lead to anything later. But, WWE likes to leave those Easter eggs and clues. As far as the whole we're not friends thing, I love this because it's something completely different for Charlotte, something completely different for Alexa. I said this, I think it was last Monday, on the show review for, I said this for Evolution, that I think that when you do stuff like you take a Becky Lynch or you take a Charlotte Flair, your biggest names in the women's division, and you put them in the mid-card division or you put them in the tag division, you are only using their over nature, their superstardom, their name, their aura, all of that, their fanfare, and all that does is help boost the mid-card division. It's helping boost the tag division. And I think if you're trying to really make these divisions matter, this is a smart move. Charlotte is the main eventer of all women's main eventers, okay? Alexa Don't forget the two women in this company that have the most title wins to their names is Charlotte and Alexa. Charlotte's an 8-time, or sorry, Charlotte is a 15-time. Alexa is an 8-time. These are two main eventers, two former world champions tagging together. That's a good thing for that division. But I also love it because it looks like they're having fun. And that's what I love to see, the refreshing nature of how different this is, but how they're just going for it. Charlotte at the end of the match trying to hold up the half heart to see if Alexa will meet her in the middle with the besties heart thing. And, Raquel, looked great in here, but, it's very hard to have a bad match with Charlotte anyway. And Raquel's not a bad wrestler by any means. And Raquel's only gotten better as the last 3 years have gone on since she hit the main roster. As for the pom-pom spot, it wasn't a pom-pom she hit her with. She actually hit her. She basically grabbed her head and then dropped her neck across the rope. She turned around, got super kicked into a roll-up, but Charlotte put all of her body weight over her legs so she couldn't kick out. So it's not that she got knocked out. It's that Charlotte used all her weight to hold Raquel's legs behind her head to the mat. But she got loopy because she got the rope hanging neck snap off of from Alexa. I think this is great. Love that they have a tag division that they have two main eventers in. But Charlotte's also a babyface almost now. The fans love her again. This was a smart decision. When she returned, they wanted to see if she would get booed or cheered. She got booed. But now they have slowly turned her face organically because pairing her with Alexa made her more likable to the audience. Smart ass move, Triple H. That's great. You didn't force her down anyone's throat. He learned his lesson. So as far as concerned, I'm excited for SummerSlam. Another great big match with big marquee fucking names on the largest SummerSlam in history. Give me that shit. I want to see it.
I was about to complain about this because I'm like, oh my God, it's just the rematch clause all over again. But I'm not even mad because the women's tag team titles are, they are in trouble. They were in trouble. But now I feel like doing this, having Alexa and Charlotte, the two women with the most titles in the company, the title wins in the company, are going after a title that should be, or titles that should be retired, in my opinion. But now I feel like they're going somewhere. This, once again, I didn't see the match, but by what everyone has said, it probably was a good match. Yeah.
I love the fact that in that little backstage segment with Alexa Bliss, she's kind of dug into the joke of Charlotte Flair gets what Charlotte Flair wants, because of the fact that she was just like, hey, just because I'm tagging with you doesn't mean I'm not Charlotte Flair. So she's kind of dug into that joke of Charlotte Flair gets what Charlotte Flair wants. And I absolutely love that. The match itself, it was great. Like, I absolutely love this because of the fact that, as Blood said, it took two massive women, put them head to head, and there you go. I absolutely love that. Because, as Snug said, on paper, this is a fantastic match, and I feel like they went a little bit above and beyond with this. Because the only woman that has had even a remotely bad match with Charlotte Flair is Tiffany Stratton at WrestleMania. That's it. Other than that, nobody has really had like a really bad match with Charlotte Flair other than Stratton, unfortunately.
All right, well, the story that they were telling with this car incident that happened at the beginning of the show continued after the first opening match, and it involved Jacob Fatu. The police showed up. They were looking for Jacob Fatu because he was a person of interest, and poor Jacob Fatu, I'm sure he got flashback from when he got locked up back when he was running the streets, and I'm thinking the worst. Poor Jacob. They're going to lock my boy up again. They're going to do him dirty. Free my boy Jacob Fatu. And the cops, they were on poor old Jacob here in this backstage segment. Any thoughts about this backstage segment that we saw involving Jacob Fatu?
Not too many thoughts other than I like that WWE is treating this not bloodline story as like we talked about before, like the second most important thing on SmackDown outside of the John Cena title scene. And as far as it's concerned, I like that just like last week, if I remember correctly, the bloodline story ran through the entire show in segments. And I think that when you do continuous contemplative and storytelling in a continuity that is consistent is the word I'm looking for. I think it only better serves the flow of the show. We start out with it. We pick up a breadcrumb later. We pick up another breadcrumb later. Then we get the re-interaction. Then we get the conclusion to the story that we'll talk about later that ends with Solo Sikoa. But I think that this is good. I think, again, and I'll say this again, the 2-hour format serves this show better than the 3. And the way they paced this tonight proves that.
It's I just thought of something funny in my head. It's funny that Jacob Fatu has won the same amount of titles that he has had flashbacks. He's won 2 titles, and he's had flashbacks twice, that being in War Games and tonight. Anyways, that was just funny. There's something funny I thought in my head. I didn't get to see this as well. But I imagine it was pretty funny.
I love the fact that Jacob was like cooperative with it, but at the same time, it's like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Like, seriously, why are y'all coming after me specifically? Like, come on. Like, I love the fact that he was resistant, but at the same time, he was cooperative with it.
Yeah, you already know Jacob Fatu. He sticks to the code. You don't talk to police and shit, you know? But I thought that was really funny because if you know where Jacob Fatu's from, where he comes from, his history with, this criminal record and stuff, the fact that they were doing it on TV, I thought that was fucking great. But moving on here, again, man, back to what Mr. Blood was saying about this 2-hour format that they're doing now. Like in the opening match, they had a backstage segment and they had the match right away. And we saw this again with Carmelo Hayes and Damian Priest. They had a backstage segment and it led to their match right away. So we got to see Damian Priest versus Carmelo Hayes, which, by the way, we haven't seen either of these guys wrestle in a really long time, it seems like. Carmelo Hayes, I can't even remember the last time he had a TV match. And we've seen Damian Priest backstage here and there the past few weeks, but shit, when's the last time Damian Priest wrestled too?
Saturday night's main event against Drew.
Ah, thank you. Yeah, that was a while ago. Fuck. So, yeah, it was good to see these two get back in the ring. They didn't beat Carmelo Hayes like I expected. Carmelo Hayes, he was kind of protected there. Both of these guys were, because Aleister Black came out, attacked Damian Priest. It ended in a DQ. And Aleister Black is full-blown heel now, wearing all black and attacking the baby faces now. Thoughts on that?
While I was watching the match and then the after segment with Aleister, I was finally like, oh my God, thank you. Because I was like, at least we know what side he falls on. Because for like a month and a half now, it's been like, dude, are you a baby face or a heel? Like, because you were they kept having him wrestle against heels, but then he would attack R-Truth, or he would attack fucking he would like viciously attack like Damian. I'm like, okay, but he's doing that because like Damian kind of put his hands on him first and they got in each other's business, but maybe it's face versus face. And I'm like, but okay, is he a tweener? I'm like, but now we at least got a full-blown answer tonight. Thank you. Because I was getting to the point where I was like, dude, can y'all just pick a side for the guy and tell us what he is? Because his motives are really hard to pin down when I don't know if he's a bad guy or a good guy. And we finally got the answer. He's a full-blown heel. I was surprised he was able to hit the black mass kick in that suit. I thought he was going to have to at least do one button down. But I know a lot of us wanted to see Damian back in the title picture. I think, if anything, this is like a cool-off period for Damian. They're probably trying to get Alistair some good fanfare or at least some good traction as he is back in the company. This will be his first major feud, if you ask me. And I like that they also tonight had Carmelo make sure that, like, we remember who Damian Priest is, right? Like, Carmelo's like, dude, I've been waiting for this opportunity. And against a former world champion, no less, say less. I'm in. Because that really, to me, put over that Damian Priest is not to be trifled with. He's meant to be taken seriously. He is a threat. He is a former world champion. He is that good. And that you need to remember that this man is the Punisher. And I like that they're like putting some respect on Damian's name. The match was decent. I think it was good. These guys had some fun chemistry. I like that. I like that they let Carmelo take a lot of this match, putting some shine back on him, in my opinion. Maybe they're trying to undo the fucking year and 3 months worth of burials they fucking put on that poor guy. But because they haven't let him get this much offense in any match since his best of 7 series with Andrade. So the fact that he was just straight up taking it to Damian before the bell rang, I'm here for it. I think this is good. It does protect Damian. It does protect Carmelo. But remember, Carmelo ain't out of the woods yet because Alistair still has business with him too. So I'm wondering if this results in a 3-man at some point. So we'll have to see.
You know, speaking of Carmelo.
Oh no. What the hell happened?
That has not happened in a while.
I bet you his phone died or something.
Yeah, it has been a hot minute since the last time that happened.
This is not going to be fun to edit.
All right, well, Tom, go ahead, do your turn.
All right, so I think Toxic is right. I think at SummerSlam, this leads to a triple threat between Aleister Black, Damian Priest, and Truth.
I said that.
You both said it.
Don't you dare wish that on me. Tommy, don't you dare put that out there in the universe like that.
That's right, Snug.
Because it may be true here.
That's right, Snug. It's about to be a 3-way, a 4-way, a 5-way. Giggity.
Yeah, I think that at this point, Aleister Black has come toe-to-toe and basically fucked with both R-Truth and Damian Priest. Both got into their business, all of that, to the point where he's interrupting what was a great match between Carmelo and Damian. So I think that at this point, that is going to end up leading to a triple threat between Damian Priest, Aleister Black, and R-Truth.
Welcome back, Toxic. Go ahead.
Yeah, I hope you have fun editing that. Anyways, like I was saying, funny thing that Carmelo is even mentioned, because where the hell is the Miz? The Miz is out playing golf and getting super kicked by George Kittle, or whatever his name is. The person that plays on the 49ers. Yeah, anyways.
Isn't he supposed to be doing that Gladiator show too thing?
Yeah, he's also supposed to... Blood, I already know you're going to get the dictionary out. Yeah, he's doing that, and he's getting super kicked by a 49ers player. So, yeah. I like that we are finally seeing Carmelo again. which feels like forever since we've seen him wrestle, which actually I think it was King of the Ring tournament. That's last time we seen him. Anyways, um, but yeah, just I'm glad that they protected Carmelo in the finish to make him strong. And I'm surprised Alistair got his foot up high enough because holy crap, Damian is tall. And a move like that, you would have to like put your leg up pretty high. So yeah, I was happy with this, and this is also the match that I started watching SmackDown. Yay!
All right, let's go back to the MFTs, my family tree, right? That's what that stands for. They had a big freaking crazy segment here, and I'm talking about Solo Sikoa, his crew, and Jacob Fatu. And this was to set up their match at SummerSlam, and what a fun way to set up this match because it made a whole lot of sense if you really think about it. Solo Sikoa came out, started cutting a promo on Jacob Fatu. This man is crazy. He's out of his mind. He's unhinged. He's out of control. I brought him to the WWE. The same old Solo Sikoa spiel, trying to take credit for Jacob Fatu's success in the WWE. And then we cut to the backstage where we see a cop car pull up, and that's where Jacob Fatu comes out, where the cops tell all of us, hey, you're not the guy we're looking for. You're free to go about your business. And Jacob Fatu strikes straight to the ring, and where he's going to meet up with Jimmy Uso. And we got a 4-on-2 situation, but essentially Jacob Fatu and Jimmy Uso ended up taking everyone out, all 4 or 5 of these guys of the MFTs. And that was when Adam Pearce came out, and he made the big announcement that Solo Sikoa is going to be defending the U.S. title, and at least it wasn't another 3-way. I'm thinking, God, please, not another 3-way. But it's going to be a cage match, and I thought that was perfect because, how they did everything about Jacob Fatu potentially getting arrested and going to jail. Solo Sikoa ends up getting arrested too, which got a big pop. That was really fun to see. But everything about this, people getting locked up, well, they're going to get locked up in a steel cage match at SummerSlam. And I thought that was excellent, y'all. Perfect. But what did you guys think?
Again, and I'll say it for the final time, 2 hours served this show very well because the pacing made this fun to stick around for. When you have one continuous story split up into parts, it keeps people invested to watch the entirety of the show because they want to keep seeing where it goes. They want to see what the next segment is, what the next clue is, what the next beat in the story is. And this was a fun conclusion to that because it starts off with Solo trying to frame someone. We don't know what's going on because Jacob's in trouble. Jacob returns. Solo gets his comeuppance. A match gets made. Perfectly told. Great book, great storytelling. As far as concerned, I do think that Solo is retaining at SummerSlam. But at the same time, if I'm Adam Pearce, I would have been like, no, it's a steel cage match. Yeah. Oh, by the way, you're all banned from ringside. That's what I would have done because I can already tell how this match is going to go. Because it's a steel cage match, and you got the only person who is backing up Jacob right now is Jimmy. And then you got 3 other dudes that will just climb the side of that steel cage or rip that door off or get the bolt cutters or beat the keys off the ref. Something. I would have barred him from ringside. But as far as it's concerned, I think it was great. I think it's funny. Solo just hamming it up out there, having a good old time doing it. It's entertaining. It's entertaining stuff. I would like to point out the only annoying thing I have, it's a nitpick, is the logic of all this. So the cops bring Jacob all the way back there, right? They let him go, and they're like, one, he wasn't even freaking handcuffed in the back seat. He just opened the door himself, and then he got out. But 2, so you're like, hey, you're not the guy we're looking for. Go about and handle your business. So you let the guy go because you thought he caused this a vehicular accident, and you let him go so he can go commit what is essentially another felony or not felony, but like battery in the ring. And you're like, nah, we were gonna arrest you for this one, but you can go commit that one and go beat the crap out of that guy. And then we'll arrest the guy that you beat the crap out of. I'm like, Solo's looking like a victim with that logic, bro. Someone call the police and the police. But other than that, I thought it was funny. I thought it was great.
Yeah, I agree. It's more fun when you have one one thing or one segment split up into multiple parts, leading to the final blow off of it. I like how they do that. And also, Blood, to answer to like put a little piece in what you said. I think Jacob would have two people backing him up, but I will say that when we get to SummerSlam predictions. Yeah, I leave you on a cliffhanger. Anyways, yeah, I like this. I liked this, and that's just mainly everything about the show. I liked it. It's everything on the show was good tonight. No complaints. Nothing bad, nothing good. Just I liked it.
I got complaints, but we're going to get there in a little bit. I just want to give a quick shout out to Rukshan. Thank you for the follow. Go ahead, Tommy.
Oh, God. Holy shit. I love the fact that as soon as they were just like, you know what? Go ahead. Go handle your business. He meets Jimmy back there, pulls his arm away, and just goes, fuck your stupid cops. I love the fact that because it's true, especially with him, he's getting flashbacks to all that's happened to him in the past. Makes total sense why that would be his response. Now, Solo, all you did was screw yourself over. Although, I'm afraid here that Blood is right. The only way that the My Family trees are not going to get involved here is if they are barred from ringside. This would not be the first time that cage doors were just ripped right off the cage. Kane, I'm calling you out. I'm just saying, this would not be the first time that the chains were snapped and the entirety of the door would be ripped off. I would not be surprised if Hikuleo decided to do that.
Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. Let's go on to the next match. Stephanie Vacker's fucking winning streak continued on Friday Night SmackDown because she is the number one contender for the SmackDown champion, right? The women's SmackDown champion because Stephanie Vacker's on SmackDown. In Paris, Clash in Paris, I believe. So she's getting built up for that match, and she won tonight versus, I believe it was Alba Fire, right? If I'm not mistaken. Is that her name? Thank you. But yeah, Stephanie Vacker, man, she's great, man. She's phenomenal. She's kicking ass on SmackDown. Any thoughts on this match with her?
Kind of a nothing match, just Alba's always been a decent wrestler. Stephanie's a really great wrestler. My only thoughts are the confusion on Stephanie's place. And I ain't talking about Stephanie McMahon's podcast. I'm talking about, wasn't Stephanie Vaquer debuting on Raw like 2 months ago, like wrestling matches on Raw? Why is she automatically now on SmackDown? That confused me because no one said she got signed to the brand. On top of that, we don't know for certain which champion she's going for in Clash in Paris. That's the thing, because it was for winning. When she won the Battle Royal, it was for a guaranteed title shot at Clash in Paris, but it was never disclosed which championship that would be for. That being said, I don't know if I got a weird feeling it's going to be a mid-card title against Julia. And I'll tell you why. I do not think that they are going to automatically put Stephanie in a Clash in Paris match, um, because we don't know what's happening at SummerSlam yet, and Clash in Paris is after SummerSlam if I'm not mistaken. So as far as it's concerned, I don't know why you would book that unless you had her going up against Tiffany, because I don't think Jade's winning. And I hope to God she doesn't. And I think the history makes more sense between Julia and Stephanie for the United States title, because they came up. I mean, they've turned on each other several times. I just think that there's more history there, and that makes more sense. And I think that would be a better match, in my opinion. Julia versus Stephanie, in my head, sounds like a much better match than Tiffany versus Stephanie.
Huh. That is true. Hold on one second there, Toxic, because it was supposed to be when Stephanie Vacker and Julia got called up. Julia went to SmackDown. Stephanie Vacker went to Raw. So what the fuck is going on here? We don't know which title. We know Stephanie Vacker's number one contender. But which title is she going for? What brand is she on? If anyone in the comments knows, please let us know. What the fuck is this? You're right, Mr. Blood. Go ahead, Toxic.
Okay, well, I'm going to be clearing up any confusion. Stephanie Vaquer is still on Raw. She is feuding, like, I don't know if you would call it feuding, but she is on SmackDown tonight, making an appearance because of whatever the hell Chelsea's group name is. They attacked Nikki Bella after the match, and Stephanie helped her. So I think that's why she's there. I don't know if she just got moved to SmackDown or not. We did get a confirmation on what championship she is going after at Clash in Paris, and that is the Women's World Champion, either being Naomi, Io, or Rhea, whatever happens at SummerSlam. That is the title she is going after. Yeah.
Thank you for clearing that up.
You're welcome.
Hell yeah.
That makes me wonder if Naomi's even retaining then, because the bigger match is Rhea versus Stephanie.
That's what I would think, but I'm not gonna get into that. I'm gonna save that for SummerSlam predictions. I like the match. It felt like a squash match to me. Like, did anyone else feel like it was a squash match?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she hit a super kick, devil's kiss, SVB, and then 1, 2, 3. I'm pretty sure Alba didn't get any offense.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. But it was an okay squash match. For Stephanie, I thought it was a good match for her because she won the Battle Royal at Evolution, and you want to make her have a good run while she's waiting for the feud for Clash in Paris. So I thought it was a great decision having her squash Alba.
Yeah, to go with what Toxic said, they've been saying world since she won. Since she won that Battle Royal, they've been saying she's getting a world title shot this entire time. So, yeah. The match itself, I completely agree. It was more of a squash match. She was just there to be there. And let's be honest here, we all knew how this match was going to end because of the fact that she had just won that Battle Royal, which means odds are, with the fact that she's getting a title match here in a couple months, she wasn't losing against the Secret Hervis. She just wasn't. She wasn't going to lose against Chelsea Green's lackeys. It just was not going to happen. We all knew how this match was going to end, and it was going to end with Stephanie Vaquer on top. There was no possible way she was losing this.
Well, right on. Thanks for clearing that up. Toxic, always coming through with the facts. Just really quick. So the person that we saw backstage with Julia earlier in that backstage segment with Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair was Kiana James. Kiana James came back Friday at a WWE live event, and she's making a little appearance on SmackDown. So Just a quick update on that. But moving on, because, all right, this SmackDown was great. It was almost perfect, but it wasn't, because we have to talk about the tag team division, you guys. Like every week, we have to throw in every single tag team that you can think of in one single segment, in one single match. And they had a fatal four-way tag team match for the number one contenders, for the winners to face the White Six, the new tag team champions, right? Lovely, okay? The match was high flying, the match was exciting, and that's what most wrestling fans nowadays they want to see. They don't care really who wins, or they don't care about who gets over. They just want to see some crazy shit go down in the ring. Perfect. However, what about the guys who were the champions last week? The guys that lost the titles to the Street Profits, to the White Six. The Street Profits weren't even in this match. They don't even get a number one contender shot. They don't get a rematch. You lost the title, Street Profits, back of the line. But Andrade and Rey Fenix won. This is like their third or fourth tag team match that they've won in a row. They're getting over. They're getting the push. And I thought this match was going to be for SummerSlam, but it turns out the tag team championship match is going to happen next week, which is kind of unfortunate, because I think it's safe to say that the White Six are not going to lose their first defense as tag team champions.
I'm going to make this short and sweet so we can get onto the main event crap. This shit's gotten to the point where I just kind of started tuning out the tag division. I'd like to say off the rip, I'm very angry on behalf of the Street Profits, because they were fighting champions, by the way. You booked them to be fighting champions. They weren't afraid of smoke. They wanted the smoke. And to automatically have them drop it, right, and then automatically give a rematch or give a title shot to someone else instead of the guys who lost them first. And remember, we've done this to the unaliving point for this stupid fucking rematch clause bullshit that WWE is inconsistent with. I just don't care. I know for a fact the White Six is not going to lose those next week. I'm also sick and tired of them putting all these tag title matches on fucking free TV. You couldn't tell me you don't care about them more than leaving them off of all these fucking PLEs. And the Saturday night's main events. I'm getting real sick and tired of it. Stop putting them on free TV. You're just telling us you don't give a shit about them. Have the draft. Let's get some fresh fucking teams, fresh matchups. I'm absolutely done with the tag division at this point.
Yeah, to Blood's point, if you're just gonna have them defended on free TV, both Raw and SmackDown, why even change them from the Raw and SmackDown Tag Team Championships? Yes, the design was ugly, but if you're just not gonna have them defended at any PLE, pay-per-view, whatever the heck you want to call it, I'm pretty sure the last time we saw the tag titles, both Raw and SmackDown, defended at a pay-per-view or PLE, whatever the heck you want to call it, was at WrestleMania 41. That's the last pay-per-view, I'm pretty sure, or PLE, that we saw them defended at. If you're not going to have both titles, both sets of tag titles defended, go back to have them as the Raw and SmackDown Tag Team Championships.
Yeah, they could have just been hey, we redesigned them, something new for the new generation, and you could have just left them that way. Because you're right, it's been 3 months since WrestleMania 41. 3.
And also, I know all of us iterated a lot. Why the frick does the rematch clause exist? We're not getting a rematch clause exist, but okay, yeah, that's fun. The Street Profits aren't getting another tag title back of the line, but you can't do the same for Gunther. That's just me expressing my hate for Gunther, but still, why? It doesn't make sense. You can have a tag team go back to the back of the line, but you can have Gunther get his title shot straight after he lost it. It makes me mad.
Yeah, for the third and final time of the night. If this is just what you're gonna do with the rematch clause, just take it out fucking completely. We're sick of this shit. Like, if you're not going to consistently do the rematch clause and just let them have automatic rematches, then just take it out completely. Get rid of it. We're getting sick of the inconsistencies of that damn rematch clause. Just take it out. We don't need it anymore. It's very clear that you pick and choose who the hell you want to have rematches for anyways. Just take the damn thing out.
Tommy, you know what I just realized too, to your point? Watch. After the match next week, when the Wyatt Six retain, the following week on SmackDown, you're gonna have the Street Profits go to Nick Aldis, be like, "We want our rematch. They got theirs. How they got a rematch? We never even got a rematch for our titles." And he's gonna be like, "All right, I'll make the match," and it'll be for like Clash in Paris or for SummerSlam, because that's what they do. They pad out the weeks to then build to making the match. Because as soon as the Wyatt Six retain, you know that the Street Profits are going to complain to get their rematch, and then they're going to get it. But why couldn't they get it first?
Made no sense. And when it comes to the Wyatt Six, it's very clear that they are going to retain. It's a little bit upsetting that this wasn't planned for SummerSlam, since it's 2 nights anyways, and you need to fill that sucker up. So why not just put these tag titles into SummerSlam? Because, it's the first 2 nights. And what a big way would it be if you had the Wyatt Six defend the tag titles at SummerSlam? Should have just done it that way. I am still shocked that it was Andrade and Phoenix, because I could have sworn it was going to be one of the other ones. I was not expecting Andrade and Phoenix to win this match to go head-to-head with the Wyatt Six. I am still shocked by that.
Well, you guys, I hate to say it, but we're running out of dates with the good old John Cena. We saw John Cena tonight, and it's starting to hit me now. We're at 13, maybe. I want to say 13 dates left with John Cena. And this was the big contract signing for the match at SummerSlam, Cena versus Cody. Cody Rhodes comes out first. He cuts a promo where, he reminds everyone, I beat this guy. I did this. I won this title. I went over on this event. Except at WrestleMania, I flinched at WrestleMania versus John Cena. So Cody Rhodes has another opportunity to make up for that. However, John Cena dropped the bomb on everyone because he was trying to big time his way out of this match. He was trying to Hollywood and play his LA card and say, hey, I've been working hard. I got this movie going on. I'm not going to be at SummerSlam. I just can't do it, guys. Sorry. Typical celebrity shit, And fucking Cody Rhodes wasn't going to have none of that. He beat the crap out of John Cena, put him through a table, and pen to paper grabbed Cena's hand and signed the contract for John Cena on camera. I don't know if that's legal, but the match is official. Oh, and by the way, it's going to be a street fight. Didn't think that I would see John Cena in a street fight on his way out on his farewell tour. But apparently the match is set, you guys. What did you guys think about this contract signing?
I'm fine that Cody is going up against John again. But after 41, I had already said this. I didn't need to see it a second time after, in my opinion, what was the disappointment of 41. That being said, the story's got a bookend somewhere. I'm still holding out hope that this is the double turn that I did a blood drop episode on. Wherever you guys get your podcast, Apple or Spotify, you can check it out. Talking about the potential double turn of Cody Rhodes and John Cena in this match at SummerSlam, because Cody could turn heel and John could turn back face, and John goes away for a little bit to save those last few dates, until he comes back, let's say probably late October. But other than that, this was a good segment. Fine. What we expect. It's a contract signing. They have never ended peacefully. And if they have, those are not the ones you ever remember. And as far as it's concerned, yeah, it's a street fight. That wasn't on my 2025 bingo card. For it to have a stipulation is what really surprised me. I didn't think it needed one. But I think a street fight, when I look at it in the long and short, makes the most sense. Because John has been low blowing Cody, title smacking him. Someone interferes in the match, like Travis Scott, or you've got someone like R-Truth running around trying to attack John Cena at every turn. So I think a street fight with no DQ, where title smacks are fine, low blows are fine, run-ins are fine, and they can go all over the goddamn arena if they want to. I think that makes the most sense. I think that'll be the most fun. But I got a weird feeling, like a really, really weird feeling, that if it's a street fight, anybody feel like The Rock is making an appearance at SummerSlam? Because a street fight means no DQ and run-ins. And if they go somewhere where The Rock just randomly happens to be and appears as a surprise because it is Hollywood, who knows? Maybe Cody doesn't walk out champion.
Oh boy, I have a lot to say about this. One, the rematch clause sucks. Get rid of it once and for all. Two, I didn't expect, for the third time already, I didn't expect John Cena to head into a street fight on his way out. Did not expect it. I think we're seeing The Rock and Travis running, but once again, I'm saving those for SummerSlam predictions. Yay, you get put on a cliffhanger. I think this match at SummerSlam is going to be really good, and for some reason, I don't know why, but for some reason, tonight I actually believed John Cena. I actually believed Cena. Like, oh, okay, he has some important movie date. Okay, so they're probably just gonna move it to, I don't know why, but a random episode of SmackDown or a random episode of Raw or Clash in Paris or some other date. Cena said we could do it in Paris, we can do it in Perth, we can do it anywhere as long as I'm able to. Actually, you know what? No, I'm just gonna retire with the title, so screw you. Anyways, this, I have a lot of thoughts about this, and I have a lot of thinking to do about SummerSlam. Yay.
When Cena said, unfortunately, I will not be at SummerSlam, my immediate thought, and I full-blown said this out loud, is bullshit. I do not believe a single fucking thing.
God, Tommy, language.
Shut up, Toxic. But I do not believe a single thing that is coming out of your mouth right now. You have pulled this once before with a retirement where you said you were going to retire, but in reality, you weren't retiring. You've done that before. So I am saying this. I call bullshit on everything you're about to say. That is immediately what I said the first thing he opened his mouth. Now, when Cena walked out, I'm like, wait. This isn't how contract signings work in WWE. There's a table there. This isn't how this works. And then Cody goes after him. I'm like, yes, there we go. That's how this works. This doesn't work with just a normal, hey, one person signs it, I'm going to walk away. That's not how this works. Somebody's going through that table. That's just how this works. And then Cody said, oh, hey, read the fine print. This is going to be a street fight. I'm like, yes. This is the one street fight that I want to see. I have been criticizing street fights in the past because of how many we've gotten, but this is the one I really, really want to see. This is going to be a good street fight right here.
Well, we got the cards for SummerSlam shaping up here. We're getting closer and closer. But we'll see what happens on Monday Night Raw. It's going to be a fun couple of weeks leading up to SummerSlam. If we keep having shows like this. So I'm really looking forward to it. So we'll see what happens with that. Stay tuned, you guys. This weekend I'm going to be doing Slammiversary reactions. So that should also be really fun. It's going to be this Sunday. So I'm really looking forward to that. So yeah, a lot of great things happening in the world of pro wrestling. Mr. Blood, get us out of here, please.
Thank you guys for joining us here on Snug Wrestling on Apple and Spotify or wherever you've been getting your podcasts. TikTok Live, Facebook Live, Instagram Live. You can catch us every Monday and Friday night after the shows go off the air, Raw and SmackDown respectively, where we do live show reviews directly after they go off the air. If you do like reaction content, you can go ahead and follow us on all of our socials during the actual shows where our fearless leader, the creator of Snug Wrestling, Edgar here, goes ahead and does live reactions and then automatically uploads his reactions to the channels moments after they happen if you are into that type of content. Also, again, don't forget to join Snug on live for his reactions to Slammiversary this Sunday if you are a TNA head like myself and like Snug. Then on Thursdays, you can join me and Snug every single Thursday, one-on-one on TikTok Live, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, where we discuss random wrestling topics. And just so you know, we are going to be doing SummerSlam predictions on the 30th of July. That is Wednesday, the 30th of July, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Pacific. Or I think I just flipped those last two. Sorry. But the point is, join us for predictions on July 30th. For SummerSlam, which will be that weekend, Saturday and Sunday. 4 letters, one word. Stay snug.